Ahoy there, YouTubers! Frankie Day back again, YouTube. This evening, YouTube, I have builds of my past right here. Here's another one of my collections in the world of paper. This is scratch built using again drawings from Paul Matt's volume number 4. And this aircraft here is the Vultee Vengeance. The Vultee Vengeance is one of those aircraft that came out a little too early for the Second World War, and was more or less used as a pursuit ship, as a fighter, but it never earned its popularity too much in the Army Air Corps. They were used. They never were used in combat in the United States theaters in the South Pacific. And these aircraft were more or less they were tendered over to the Lend-Lease program, and it was given to the English to use, and also the Polish squadrons used them as well. This aircraft was designed by Howard Hughes. The late Howard Hughes always had an admiration for aviation, and he more or less designed aircraft as test vehicles for future aircraft in case we ever went to war. The Vultee Vengeance was built by Chancellor Aircraft Company, and this aircraft here was used more or less, designed more or less as a racer plane. And they found out that this airplane not only didn't have good speed, is a possibility it could be a fighter escort aircraft. And evidently it never proved its worth and weight in combat on the United States, but it's more or less proved itself quite well in other theaters in other countries. The Vultee Vengeance has a wingspan of 38 feet, crew of 1, pilot only. Power plant is a Pratt & Whitney. It's 18 cylinder. It has 2,600 horsepower. And it doesn't, so far to my knowledgeability, the only storage that it carries is a 240-gallon auxiliary fuel tank, which is used on the bottom of the belly of the ship. This is just in case it goes to combat. It's armed with 4 50 caliber machine guns, 2 in each wing. And this aircraft after the Second World War came to a conclusion, mostly private investors, collectors more or less, had a surplus qualities of these aircraft and used them as piloting racers. And this aircraft was very short-lived for the United States because we didn't use them, we didn't need them. So when the Lend-Lease program came in, they more or less gave the other countries to use. As you can tell, there's a close-up of the plane. It's been painted with olive drab, inked in with Indian ink using a draftsman's pencil. The cockpit was done out of packing tape. The propeller is made from Bristol board, reinforced with toothpicks. And right in front of the nose right there is synchronized with a prop. On this ship too, I forgot on the Army Mint, has got two 20 millimeters on the nose. So she has a total of 6 guns. And the landing gear tires are made from turned disc. And the decals, the stars and the decals were from the Stapo decal sheet that I used. The cardstock they used on it is from a vanilla cardstock. And vanilla cardstock can be bought in Office Max, at Kinko's, any store that sells stationery supplies sells this vanilla file cardstock, which actually are the artist's file paper, but it makes it excellent for card models. And this Vultee Vengeance right here is an olive drab with neutral gray in the bottom. As we walk around, you can see how the spinner and the prop right there is made by using pebbles, making the nose on it. the spinner of the nose, on the engine, on the prop itself. Excuse me, fellas. And this is a handsome little airplane. You don't see very many of these modeled. And there's Lord George right there, give me the stamp of approval. And we'll zoom back in and finish up the video. And we'll take another peek at the Vultee Vengeance. This is one kind of an aircraft, fellas. You don't see too many things optically modeled in the modeling community. They do make a good collection for the collector in mind who wants to invest some time in pre-war aircraft. This airplane actually, when it came out in service in 1939, and it was actually designed as a pilot racer by Howard Hughes, but they found out it could have some military qualities also. So evidently this airplane never did fight in the United States, to my knowledgeability. But it was also taken out the Lend-Lease program. Here it is, folks, the Vultee Vengeance. Alright, boys, before we get off here right now, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. May God bless. And I wish everybody out there have a very happy, wonderful Merry Christmas from me, my wife, to your family. And I hope Mrs. Claus and St. Nick brings you a pile of stacks of styrene under the tree. You can start the new year with a bunch of new models, like I'm getting right now. And may God bless, and stay tuned for two back-to-back group builds coming up on the first of the year. We got Russell Goslin, he has his D-Day group build coming up. And we got Jake Cutler, Steve, across the pond. He's got his Navy carrier aircraft group build coming up, so there's going to be a lot going there too, folks. And I'll be starting my Arizona build on the first of the year. So please stay tuned for the next video. Will be another update on my Shackleton bomber. And you boys take care. May God bless, and thank you for tuning in. And please subscribe. Again, Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year. And we'll see you again. Bye, boys. Take care.